In 2011, John Goodman was in The Artist, which won Best Picture. In 2012, John Goodman was in Argo, which won Best Picture. And in 2013, John Goodman is in The Hangover Part III. Yeah.
I told myself I would never come back.
Don't worry, it all ends tonight.
The Hangover Part III. The Hangover Part III stars Bradley Cooper, Ed Helms, Zach Galifianakis, and Ken Jeong, and is the epic finale to the Hangover trilogy. The first Hangover I loved, the second one not as much, and I guess the third film kind of falls in between. The story revolves around Zach Galifianakis' character, who's becoming a tad bit crazy because he's off his medication, and the Wolfpack decides to drive him somewhere to help him, where they ultimately get kidnapped by John Goodman's character because he wants Mr. Chow. And I must say that the story and the basic structure of it was brilliant. There were some great twists and turns that I never saw coming, and I was reeled in by the story, which was an intriguing adventure. But the jokes are where the film lacks. While it certainly does have a lot of funny moments, there are a lot of moments in the film that just aren't as funny. And a lot of the animal humor is just completely unnecessary. The film just isn't as fun an adventure as I'd originally hoped. Sometimes when you watch the movie, you're kind of like... And I had one lingering thought in my head throughout this film, that Todd Phillips needs to start making serious films because the film is brilliantly directed. There are some beautiful panoramic shots and some great cinematography as well. There is also a fantastic scene towards the end of the film where the use of lighting in that scene is great. But sadly, the characters just aren't as lovable as they originally were. Bradley Cooper and Ed Helms were actually my favorite characters of the film, and they do get to add a little more humor to the film. Also, Ed Helms' new catchphrase is... But an issue I had is that Alan has changed through the course of these movies for the worse. In this film, he's a blend of Alan from The Hangover with Ethan Tremblay from Due Date, and while these characters are great in their own way, the blend just doesn't really work. Also, Mr. Chow in this film just got a lot worse. He was awesome in the first one, but converted into a party animal in the second film, and I don't really like that aspect of Chow.
Someone needs to burn this place to the ground.
Woo! I like that.
Lisa, can you remember me? I'm the one that picked the object. Lisa, can you remember me? I'm the one that picked the object.
Something I loved about the film is that it is very self-aware. It made fun of some of the aspects of the previous films, like Doug being the one who gets taken away, or how Phil does all the work, and some of those jokes were actually my favorite. So The Hangover Part 3 is certainly an enjoyable movie, a fun watch, but not without its flaws. On a scale from a triple no to a triple yes, I give it a single yes. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter and like me on Facebook. And now, here's John Goodman. Leslie Chow stole $21 million from me. But you know who won't steal $21 million from you? MrFilmJack. So make sure to subscribe.
We've been on a lot of adventures together, but it seems like you haven't learned anything. Anything. I'll be in the limo.